All right, guys. So first thing I want to start off with in the stream is the Atom USD short. So I just posted this signal maybe a couple hours ago. So if you didn't catch this, this is still a viable play. So yeah, essentially the setup here is pretty easy. What I'm looking at here is a double, kind of like a double top formation. So if you put on old chart patterns, yeah, we have like a double top plus a rising wedge to go along with it. And then, if this, I don't really pay attention to rising wedges that much, but if um if the double top formation does turn out to be correct, then the target would be around $2.23 on Atom on this particular time frame. Now let's also go over the ADA short. So on ADA, let's see. Yeah, I posted this as a daily short. It's based on the fact that we were rejecting from the 55 EMA on the daily time frame. So decided to short this, and if you're looking for a target around 37, maybe even 36 cents or so. Now let's look at some of the other trades we've posted now. So on the 2-day time frame on ADA. Now, unfortunately, this one is not looking too great right now. Let's see. Yeah, so although if you're able to catch this near the entry, then this is actually not a bad position to be in. My entry was right here, stop is like right here, so I haven't hit stop loss yet, but actually this trade is still valid as long as it holds like right around 13.6. If it goes below 13.6, that's going to be breaking the 55 EMA, and we don't want to see that. Now the dot long is not looking as great. This was based on, this was based on the fact that we were breaking above the 55 EMA. Yeah, and except for those who are more conservative, to wait a bit, and then we can enter this. Now we are falling behind the 55 EMA here, so I'm gonna have to, yeah, unfortunately exit this at a loss. But we'll see how the rest of the day ends. We still have about, let's see, 3 hours, 22 more minutes to go before the daily close. So we'll see what happens with dot. Let's see what other trades we got going on. Uh, yeah, hold on, let me see what. Yeah, I think we have the ADA short, we have the Atom short that's in profit, then we have the AVAX long that's still valid, and then we have the AVAX long that's still valid, and then we have the DOT short that is no longer valid. So that is the summary so far for today. And then actually I took profits on, I know we had that big TRX position. I decided to take profit on it just because the rest of the market is going down. Although TRX itself is still going up. So let's see what's happening on the weekly. Yeah, powerful move on the weekly time frame on TRX. I figured, it would have been time to pull profits. So that's what I did. And then let's see what else we got. Let's just go through some of the dominance metrics right now. Let's get rid of these chart patterns. Bitcoin Cash on the weekly. Yeah, unfortunately, we're getting kind of a bearish break in Bitcoin Cash on the weekly. So it's kind of like almost a triple top. Let's see if TradingView prints anything here. Hmm. Actually, it's printing a rising wedge with a target of 159. Yikes. Let's look at Bitcoin dominance. So Bitcoin dominance is on the rise today. Um, Close to 60% right now. So we'll have to see what happens with this one. Uh, but yeah, if we break above, let's say 60% on Bitcoin dominance, that's gonna mean more strength coming into Bitcoin, and then probably a little bit of outflows from the altcoin sectors right now. Okay, let's look at others. Honestly, others has had a nice rally into the beginning of this year. Right now, we're just consolidating. Like, I wouldn't be too concerned right now with this pullback that we are getting. See, is this ton on the daily? Ton on the daily looks like a big short to me, actually. Let's see. Yeah, ton on the daily would be a short for me. I'm gonna save this. I don't know why I had this pointed out. Let's look at USDT dominance really quick. Yeah, USD dominance still, we're just having like a small uptick today, but I would still be more or less bullish on USD dominance. Like, this is not too much of a concern for me. Let's see. Let's go over the top 50 coins and see what setups we've got. Let's go to the daily time frame. Put on 55 EMA. Yeah, Uni not looking that great here. Neither is Algo, but kind of like chopping around. There's no real momentum here yet. Ooh, Litecoin on a daily is looking quite ugly. Yeah, it's breaking below the support. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put this on my red list. I'll let you guys know if I see anything else. Yeah, like I said, DOT's closing below the 55 EMA, so gonna have to take an L on this one. Yeah, Atom looking a bit toppy here. So for those who took this trade, you are in profit right now. Let's see, XRP daily time frame. I would be exiting this right now. Yeah, we're falling below the 55 EMA, so this would be just a slight loss, yeah, if you took this trade. Chain link, daily time frame. Actually, this is not a bad pullback play. It's pulling back to 55, back to support. But if the rest of the market goes turns bearish, then won't be too good of a look. Bitcoin Cash looks pretty bad here. Breaking below the 55 EMA with a strong upper wick. So this is candidate for a short for me. BNB. I would like it to get closer to the 55 EMA, and then we could get, grab some bids down here around the $900 psychological level. ETH. Excuse me. Yeah, ETH kind of had a false break below the below the 55 EMA here. I mean above the 55 EMA. We tried. Yeah, we didn't even get to the high from the 10th of Wednesday, which was 3,449. So ETH is kind of like in La La Land at this point right now. Yeah, K kind of getting rejected at the 55 EMA as well. Rune looks decent here. Yeah, and I think XMR is starting to top out here as well. And then, yeah, we covered Bitcoin dominance. Let's see, equity markets are up today. Yeah, really, TRX is the only one that's up on the day. But yeah, Litecoin looking quite ugly here. I mean, also it's like a classic breakdown, black dirt breakdown on Litecoin. Let's see, where's Toncoin again? Yeah, Toncoin looks like a sell to me, as does Bitcoin Cash. So we covered the top 50. So far, I'm seeing potential short on Bitcoin Cash and Ton and even Litecoin. take a look at some on-chain metrics here. Trying to see where it's weird that we're in greed, not that far into the greedy zone, but given the price action, I figured we'd be kind of like in the neutral zone. Surprised that people are, the fear and greed index is showing greed right now. Let's get the let's look at the liquidation levels. Yeah, so liquidation levels, we did tap this short liquidity zone around 97,000, then we dropped, which does make sense. And right now, so I guess we're gonna bounce from like 94,000 or so, 94,100, and then we'll probably go up from there. This is gonna be a likely bounce zone right around like 94 to 93,000. Let's get Bitcoin down. Well, we already looked at Bitcoin dominance. Let's see open interest. So this data is a bit outdated, but we are seeing open interest go up as the price of Bitcoin goes up. So that is what is a useful metric. About Altcoin open interest. Open interest. Yeah, it's gone up slightly. We're way off the peaks from like September, like way off, but it is starting to increase it a bit again this year. I think that's all I wanted to look at in terms of Bitcoin on-chain metrics. Hmm. Yeah, Ordi looks like a decent play here, actually. Maybe not. Uh, yeah, I'm really leaning towards the short side right now on most things. See Zen going up, Dash is going up. I should take a look at what's happening with the equity markets. Let's look at the US 500. I mean, it's still at the highs, like kind of a bit off the highs right now, but see if there's any like chart patterns we can print here. Yeah, I guess it's like a massive rising wedge that the S&P is working on right now. Oh, that's very interesting. This wedge goes back to March of 2025. I wonder if the Nasdaq has the same thing. Hmm. I don't take these too seriously, these like trading view patterns, but supposedly working on a triangle. We broke out of the triangle. Whilst working on the rising wedge, we broke down from the rising wedge. So I guess these patterns did work out in a way. Let's look at gold. Gold. And gold is starting to top out here a bit as well. Probably some bearish divergences coming here. Let's see. Yeah, like three drives of bearish divergence on gold, I think. Uh, yeah, I think it's time to not time to call it top, but it is like losing momentum here. Because silver, similar on silver looks a bit stronger than gold though. Yeah, silver looks like no, it's like it's lost some more room, probably $200 has potential. But yeah, guys, I think that covers everything that I wanted to cover. Stay tuned to the for the upcoming signals. I think I'm gonna post a short on Bitcoin Cash, TAON, and maybe even Litecoin. So yeah, stay tuned for those. And yeah, safe trading, guys. Hopefully this market improves and well in the next coming weeks, if not tomorrow. So I'm hoping this will catch up to the equity markets. Okay, so that at least we catch the previous all-time highs or eclipse them, like we saw in gold and in yeah, and in silver.